I mean, so game three recap of the Warriors loss. Um, OKC 133 points. The Warriors 105. I mean, they had 72 points in the first half. I mean, they just really just outran with them. I think they had more enthusiasm. I think they bounced back from game two. They looked at it and they watched the film and they watched in game one and what they did. Definitely got to give hats off to the coach. I mean, he came in with a game plan. They stuck with it. They fought. A lot of people just felt like, after that game two, that the Warriors just gonna run away with it. But I think, they kind of got their confidence back. They were at home or anything like that. I mean, you look at, Green. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about the, flagrant foul or whatever that he did. It seemed like it was intentional. And I mean, the reason why I say that because they're definitely going to judge it based off the last game, game two, when, I guess he got hit in the midsection, down there again. And he kind of was like, rah, and cheering and stuff like that. And then you come in, you do this one. Now, if it wasn't intentional, in my perspective, you should have just said something to him like, oh, my bad, making sure you're all right. But it just doesn't look like that. I mean, compiled with that, I mean, he only had 6 points, 1 for 9 shooting, 4 turnovers. So that's something. And when he doesn't have a good production, they don't play too well. I mean, obviously they were 10 for 33 and 3-pointers, so they missed 23. I mean, typically you would say in this case that they rest their shots, but that's how the Warriors shoot their 3-pointers. But again, they were out rebounded, by 14. They also had, OKC also had 8 blocks. They had 3 more assists than the Warriors. Typically the Warriors have a lot more assists. Though the Warriors did have 3 more steals. Curry, again, I mean, he had a pretty decent game, but he was 3 for 11 in 3-point shooting. I mean, we see there's a correlation when his 3-point shooting is not that well. They pretty much, have a tough game or winning. Thompson was 2 for 8 as well, too. I mean, so you got to give hats off to OKC's defense. They definitely bounced back. Durant goes for 33, Westbrook goes for 30 and has 12 assists, so he has a double-double. Waiters comes in, plays tough. And I mean, when he has a pretty much decent game, they're very difficult to beat. He comes off the bench having 13 points. Cantor also had a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds. You definitely, look forward to game 3 and see, which team is going to show up. Because it definitely can go either way. Definitely going to be a great series. I mean, it may come down to game 7 and just who won it more. Who's going to play or whatever like that. So you just got to give hats off to the OKC and how they play. And how they bounce back. And a lot of people are not giving them a chance. But they obviously that they there. They beat the number 2 seed team, and now they're up 2-1 on the number 1 seed. I mean, if they get 72 points again, I mean, that's just amazing, to really do that and to really hand the Warriors team. But again, I think they gotta, they gonna have to play harder. If they're gonna have a chance to win this series, the Warriors are gonna have to play harder. They're gonna have to play better defense. They're gonna have to get some more rebounds, and get more assists. And when they have the more assists, that's when most of the time those shots are flying in. Also, they got to understand that, if the threes are not hitting, they got to be able to shoot some inside, 22-foot shots, 20-foot shots, 18, 17. I mean, whatever. I mean, you can still definitely shoot threes, but, I mean, it seems like sometimes when their threes are not hitting, they don't know what else to do. And you can see it in their coach. He was just looking like, don't know what else to do, and hopefully the threes will go in. But, they just have to shoot a couple of jumpers, go in and shoot some twos, set some screens. You don't always have to shoot a 3, but shoot some, some 20-footers or something like that until you get confident. If the threes are open, then shoot it. But I think that's what happens. They kind of get complacent with these threes, and if they fall, it's great. Any other team would be saying that they were rushing their shots, but I think that's something they definitely need to do. So I look forward to the next game. Hopefully Adams will be able to recover and see how the games goes. But I mean, if Green is as frustrated as the way it looks, I mean, it's definitely going to be a tough series for the Warriors. So, see what they do in the next game.